Hello traders, welcome to today's Bitcoin and cryptocurrency video. As always, make sure you hit that like button below, click subscribe if you have not done so already, and if you are new to this channel, please go and check out tauruscrypto.com where you can learn more about our community. We do have a free Discord community that is linked on this website. You can also learn more about our crew membership, and of course we do have our partnerships down here at the bottom. For example, Bybit, which is the exchange that I personally trade on, you can get a 10% reduction in fees plus a ton of bonuses on there. It's a really great exchange, and I do thoroughly recommend you signing up to that exchange if you would like to. So let's get straight into it. Bitcoin, okay, we have our daily open today at $36,906.5. We are down about 1% on the day, and we're down about 5 or 6% over the last 24-hour period. Okay, so pretty red across the charts right now on the Bitcoin and crypto markets. You can see our open interest is down a few percent from yesterday as well, so continuing to move down over the past 24 hours with our open interest as more people get stopped out and shaken out of those long positions. Our funding rates are starting to go back into that neutral slash positive territory. So it means that we're no longer, the long positions are no longer getting paid as much, and we no longer have that premium on spot that we did have over the past few days. And of course, crypto fear and greed index all the way back down there at 20 from 28 yesterday. So yeah, very bearish sentiment across the whole market right now. So let's have a look at the chart itself, shall we? So Bitcoin, okay, we know we were expecting this move down. It did happen. We were looking at it in correlation with the S&P 500. Okay, so what Bitcoin did a few days ago, it did come up and it took liquidity up at the highs of this range. I am in a short position from these range highs, and I'm still holding that. Okay, ultimately for me, I'm looking down towards this 35k area for this. However, we are at pretty decent support, so I will cover that in just a moment. Okay, so we were expecting this move down. On top of that, we did, of course, have, just after Bitcoin had its high, S&P 500 here coming into that major golden pocket resistance, and we're seeing a pullback on the S&P 500 as well. So we will be getting a gap down on the SPX today. It will be a fairly significant gap down. Okay, we're going to open around here, I would expect. We do have a nice little order block within this region, so let's see if it can hold. So far, not too much of a major pullback from the SPX, but I would again be expecting a move down to within this area, which would likely give a bit more red on the Bitcoin price action over the next day or so. However, okay, this is very important to note. We do have major support within this area. Okay, we are currently bouncing off of this weekly level, and we do have our anchored VWAP from the lows, which supported us previously back here. And so far again today is acting as a little bit of support currently with the price action. Also, what we do have going on is we're starting to build this divergence. Okay, so again, these same levels where we previously got that support on the VWAP, and we're getting it again. You can see our divergences building here with hidden bullish divergence on the MACD and the RSI, and that is also on the CVD. So there is that to be aware of. We do have those bullish divergences building, and that could give us a move higher. In terms of resistance on this chart, very quickly, we do have basically take your pick daily order blocks, okay, the whole way up. So each of these levels is going to be fairly significant for me. I am looking immediately, of course, at 36,995, which is the daily level untapped. That is just above price. Of course, currently struggling on the daily open and unable to get back above that right now. So at the moment, downtrend. We are aware of the support above us, and also we are aware of the support above us. We are aware of the resistance above us, and also aware of the support below. So we are looking down here towards this bigger golden pocket region. And also, if I do just pull up on exocharts here, we do have that naked point of control coming in around about 36,100, give or take a few dollars. Okay, so that's the major support to the downside, and then these order blocks, and I guess pull your fibs for any confluence or whatever back on the way up. So in terms of local price action that we've had today, okay, it's been really quite good. It's been great for scalping, really, really great for scalping, and I expect that to continue into the New York session. So Bitcoin just doing its own thing and being really nice. You can see our initial balance that was formed on the open. You can see that the range we put in afterwards, unable to break up above the range, which then does give you the high probability that we are going to break below. We did come down to this weekly level, got a really nice bounce off of that, straight back into our initial balance low. Okay, we also had our VWAP there and we had our golden pocket there, so triple confluence, really, really strong, which took us straight back into our weekly level. And then where do we come back up to? Again, the same level. So we're just bouncing around, ping pong around this VWAP slash golden pocket region and our weekly level. Now, do I have a bias as to which one will break first? I think realistically, with 30 minutes now until the New York Open, it does very much depend on how that New York Open goes. Now, I am expecting a gap down. What I would probably expect on this, if we do go back onto the chart over here, is let's say we open around about, where are we right now on here? So still moving down. So 4,520-ish we can be expecting this to come down to. So okay, we're looking at this. So what you would often expect to see on the S&P 500, at least this is also a very technical asset, and it's really nice to trade. So often what you will see, quick move down on here, grab some liquidity from the lows, and then I would expect it to search back up to attempt at the very least to kind of backfill some of this gap that it does have. Now, of course, there will be big resistance within these kind of areas on here, so we'll have to be aware of that, but it will be very similar as to what happened yesterday, where we had a quick move up and then it pulled back to fill this gap. Okay, and of course hitting that 618 golden pocket region before getting a larger retrace. So I am expecting that on the S&P 500. You can see that it has basically recovered this whole big pump that it had towards the end of the 1st of Feb. Okay, towards the end of that. So we have recovered most of that at this stage. Again, there's your golden pocket. We have had this move down into this region. So I do think that possibly a little bit more of a move down, and then we're going to look for a slight recovery on this to form more of a range here on the S&P. Now, what does that mean for Bitcoin? I mean, if it can hold this weekly level, we are aware that it's building divergences down here, so there is the potential that we could be looking for higher prices, in which case, of course, daily open and the order blocks above us, of course, weekly open as well, being a big resistance on here. However, if we do have one more move to the downside, if that does correlate with the S&P opening and gapping down and getting that push down, I am very much looking to this naked point of control just below in order to get a nice little swing failure pattern of these lows and then to trade it higher. So I'm not expecting major downside today, but I am expecting a little bit more before we can really get a nice bounce going on here. So, okay, I wanted to keep these videos always from now on below 10 minutes. So that does wrap up this video. I'll have a very quick look at now I'm not going to look at the alts, just quickly to mention as well, shout out to QNT, which has been just on a really nice uptrend recently. So we did have this nice kind of bottoming structure forming on here, and QNT, one altcoin that I do really like and do still trade a fair bit of, had a really nice move up. So this for the past couple of days has been the biggest mover, and we're up about 60, almost 70% over the last well, basically on the month so far. So yeah, nice shout out to QNT. I know there's some other altcoins that are still moving and there's plenty out there to still trade, but yeah, of course, as always, the focus here being on Bitcoin. So thank you very much for watching. I will be back with another update very soon. I'm going to aim to do these every morning as usual. A bit of a kind of short form digest, daily digest on the crypto charts. And yeah, so I'll catch you again in the next one. Thank you very much and have a great day. Cheers. Bye.